From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on? What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode, another podcast with Trent and Shann. Conversation with Trent and Shann. We're talking about a good one today. We're talking about emotional roller coasters. Let's bring the ladies in. What's going on, Keith? What's going on?
Hey, guys. Oh, well, congratulations. Go Dogs, honey. Oh, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me or you can't?
I can hear Keisha. It's all right.
Check your mic, Keith.
She was watching all her teams win. That's awesome.
She had to correct her volume before we get started.
Okay.
Keith, can you hear me?
She can hear us. We just can't hear her. Mighty girl. Peace,
How about
y'all.
Can you hear me now?
Good stuff.
Yeah. So,
ladies, what's going on?
Hey, Alabama lost, so that makes Georgia number one. The Falcons won on the road in London. The Braves won their second game, National League. Georgia Tech won.
Wow.
And the Hawks won the preseason game. So we doing good.
Yeah, the Falcons winning is pretty big, I will say.
I know, right?
Oh, Martine. Okay.
Hey, Martine.
Welcome back.
Good
It's
stuff.
the party girl.
Yes, I like that.
Good stuff. So let's dive into this topic here. We're talking about emotional roller coasters. We're going to have Martini from Detroit, but by way of Georgia these days, dropping by 20 after the hour to add up to this topic, as well as that topic that she brought to the conversation on the group page a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. So we'll do that. We'll jump right into emotional roller coasters. Question for you ladies.
Mm-hmm.
What is an emotional roller coaster? What is an emotional roller coaster? And what does it look like?
Ooh, I think instability, emotional instability, right? I guess it could also look kind of like sometimes and be like being bipolar, like you're up one day and you're down the next. So that's what I would say for me is the emotional roller coaster, just, having a plethora, I guess, of things outside things or issues or circumstances that are, basically affecting or controlling your emotional state.
Exactly. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to break down 13 tips on how to restore emotional roller coaster relationship. If you're staying, if you don't stay well, you don't need the 13 tips. But
13?
We'll break down 13. It's 13 tips. Just 13.
Okay.
We'll go through them piece by piece. But we'll also talk about how to avoid the actual emotional roller coaster. Actually, I think Keith touched on it when she said she's going to hold the bags, let them ride.
That's right.
So that's really good. Really good. I checked out last week's podcast, and there was some great nuggets, man, that were dropped. So some good stuff, man. Each week is getting better. Good stuff. But like I said, we got Martine from Detroit by way of Georgia coming by and dropping 20 after the hour. So how you guys doing? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's
good.
Great. Yeah, everything's really good. I've had a really good weekend. I actually just came from my dad's house. I had a brunch with family and my family and friends. It was one of my good friends' birthday weekend. So we went to a really nice spot last night. My dad was my dinner date. I don't know if that's good or bad. But we went and had a really good time last night. And then I thought, let me just try and be a good friend today. So they kept asking me about brunch. So I did brunch today and had a really good time. So Nice chilled out Sunday, beautiful weather here in Atlanta. So it's been a good weekend for me.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I don't know what happened to Kiki.
She's still in the background, but look like she's having connected.
There she goes.
I just added her.
That's been kind of happening to me today. I was working on some shows earlier, and I don't know if it's Chrome or what it is, but everything is kicking me out. But I'm here
I
nonetheless.
got you. Well, if don't panic, I just pushed you back in just now. So if you drop off again, I just push you back in.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Good stuff. So let's get into this emotional roller coaster. I could actually speak on some of that because I was actually the conductor of that emotional roller coaster for a number of years. And I'll take full responsibility for that. But yes, I was, and I was on the end of actually giving, and toward the end, on the end of receiving it. From both sides. But it's not a good place to be in. Me personally, in my opinion, one shouldn't be jumping in a relationship. If they see the roller coaster going, let those folks ride, man. Let them ride.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing but toxic, and everything that's attached to negative is attached to that roller coaster. So the folks on the emotional roller coaster, let them ride. What's your thoughts on that, Shann?
To let them, whether or not I'm going to let them ride.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I have my own emotional roller coasters.
Say that again. Say what?
Sometimes I have my own. I'll be like, no, but I don't. What do you mean? Just like my thoughts on whether or not I should just let them be on the.
No. It's just, I mean, pretty much on the emotional roller coaster as well. But if you recognize the emotional roller coaster, if
that you're on it.
No, before you even get on it, what do you do?
That would be easy. That would be like back up. I'm just like he said on that analogy last week when it's about getting to sometimes I'll get all the way in the line and go, we're waiting an hour. I'm all like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. And then I get up there and be like, oh, wait a minute. This ain't what I really, really want. I'm looking at all these possible injury signs, and do I have these type of conditions right now that could be impacted if I get on this ride with you? So then that's when I just kind of be like that person. Okay, I'll take your keys and your glasses and all the stuff they tell you not to take on board, and just stage left. I'll see y'all on the other side when you get done.
Exactly.
And then you know what else too, right? You don't know what's going to happen when you get on that ride that will trigger you in some type of way too. So to your point,
very true.
So yeah, I'll hold your stuff.
There it is. But for those folks that gonna take the ride anyway, we got a couple of tips to actually share. If you're in a relationship that's like we're speaking of, I'm gonna give all some tips on how to work on it and whatnot. The number one would be patient and open-minded. Number two would be don't compare your relationship to others. Number three, identify the causes of your roller coaster relationship. That's going to be the most difficult one, identifying it. Because once you identify it and you actually bring it up and put it on the table for discussion, some folks, like we always talk about, folks are hiding from themselves. So you got to be careful. You got to know your mate. You got to know your partner and what to introduce and be open-minded about. But, that's the most important here. Number three, in my opinion, identifying the causes of your roller coaster relationship.
Yeah, that's key.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Look like you guys are well out tonight.
I mean, I'm good. I've just had a nice, relaxing weekend. The only thing could have made it better would have been a massage or something.
Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Exactly. She's always bringing in her bullshit.
I didn't think I was gonna catch that from
Oh, let me take another sip of my non-alcoholic Chardonnay one more time.
Right. I was like vacillating between: do I cover my mouth? Do I?
Exactly.
You just never know, do you?
But it's crazy.
Did you say non-alcoholic Chardonnay?
Absolutely.
She did.
What's the point?
The point is, it's still a glass of wine to me. It's
Okay.
whatever situation you find yourself in,
Mhm.
make the best of it.
Okay, so was it $3.99 or $12.99?
No, not at all, not at all.
Okay, because I was gonna say you could just get some white grape juice.
It's just not the same. And actually, for those who are actually wine connoisseurs, the non-alcoholic Chardonnay tastes just like Chardonnay. Like it has that backbite, that oak taste.
Mm,
Real
Mhm.
good. It's real good. So it's not like grape juice or anything like that.
No.
It's Chardonnay without the alcohol.
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
good. I have to check it out. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
I suffer from migraines, so I have to be very careful about my grapes.
there you go.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many steps did you just cover? Was it 3 or 4?
It was 3.
Okay, go over them again one more time, please.
The first step would be patient
Mm-hmm.
and have open mind. The second one is don't compare your relationship with others. And number 3 would be identify the causes of your relationship, your roller coaster relationship.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Identify the causes of.
Identify the causes of your roller coaster relationship.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's the most difficult one. Like I said, identifying the causes, because once you identify it and you bring it up to your partner may not be ready to to get off that train, get off that ride.
But your partner might not even recognize that they're on a ride
That's true.
to begin with. So it's like, how can I even get started if
That's true. That's true. Look like we got
We got you, Martine. Martine.
now I ask
good stuff.
Your audio is
Martine's
breaking up
taking
a little.
notes.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
taking notes.
Was Mark coming on as well?
He said, I think he said he would. Let me shoot him a message. Maybe he's running tonight. The house is packed.
Yeah, because I got to let him know that I was not ignoring him when the conversation was continuing. It's football Saturday. I'm unavailable.
Oh.
Football Saturday.
There she goes again.
She'll come back. She'll pop back in.
Yes, she will. So identify. So I guess identifying
what's causing it. What's causing the roller coaster to roll. What's actually causing it. So that's like identifying the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the problem, being open about it, and like I'm always talking about, be completely naked about it.
Welcome back, Keith.
Yeah. Not the experience I'd hoped to have achieved, but I'm here.
We got
It's all good. It's all good. No worries.
So what's next? Keep going with the list.
Next one's going to be take your time before acting. Be acting on the roller coaster itself, what's going on within the relationship. Number 5, learn to accept your feelings and express them properly. Again, I'll repeat that. Learn to accept your feelings and express them properly. It's very important that you express them properly. It's very important that you get your point across without offending and whatnot. Make sure you're very clear. Make sure they understand exactly where you're coming from, so it won't be anything misconstrued or misunderstood or anything like that. So identify it, take your time, express your feelings, and express them properly. That's the most important thing. So a lot of folks are miscommunicating all their lives, don't even know that they're miscommunicating. Number 6, learn to forgive. That's huge. Number 6, learn to forgive. Number 7, practice mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. Number 8, align your relationship goals and expectations. Again, align your relationship goals and expectations. That way, everyone knows exactly what they're supposed to bring to the party. So it won't be down the line, oh, I don't know. I didn't know you told me to bring the snacks. You didn't tell me to bring the chips. Oh, yes, I did. I aligned everything for you.
Okay.
But number 9, create a healthy relationship. Easier said than done, but just
Yes,
like
and
you
that's
always say,
very vague, and it's also subjective, right? So that's going
yeah,
to be different for everybody because everybody's definition of what a healthy relationship is different.
exactly. Number 10, take care of your physical health. That's very important.
Mhm.
Number 11, consider the possibility of mental disorder. Again, consider the possibility of mental disorder. We
What does
all
that
we all
mean?
we all know that in African American community, we don't address that at all. We don't address mental illness at all. That's huge. Mental illness is huge. Number 12, know when to walk away. That's very important. Know when to get to the exit door.
Hmm.
Locate the exit door and get to it. Know when to walk away. Number 13, it's the final one. Seek professional help.
Okay. Okay.
Good stuff.
All right. So before I go on and say anything else, say anything in regards to the steps, I just want to acknowledge. So Martine had a question. She said, "What if you're already in a relationship, then the roller coaster ride suddenly starts to happen?" That's actually a good question.
That goes back to identifying the problem and expressing it properly. Identify the problem immediately. Identify the problem and express yourself immediately. That way you can stop that train as it's getting, heading up steam. So address it immediately. No, immediately. Don't waste any time. You see it, speak on it.
Yeah, but see, Trent, we're gonna have to. I'm rebooting my computer, y'all. So sorry,
Okay.
Okay, no, you good. Go ahead.
but this goes back to our the point that I keep hammering in. Everybody's not on that journey.
I totally understand that. But if you're on that roller coaster and you're in that relationship, you can't just be sitting there and stagnant, not doing nothing about it. It's just not saying that because that person's not on that journey. Address them. Hey, sometimes you have to address a known fuck up. You have to. Sometimes you
You
have
do,
to. Sometimes
yeah.
you have to. So if that relationship means so much to you, if that relationship means anything to you, or if that person means anything to you, you have to give them their mirror. I'm a true believer in giving a person a mirror, and I
Yeah.
want my mirror.
Okay, but yeah,
My
but I
mind, give it to me.
right.
Go ahead.
Martine, I see sometimes she says sometimes the mate is narcissistic. That's very true.
True.
And I think the comment I was going to was I agree with Kisa because I really think that you can do those things when you're already self-aware of certain things. And your journey has brought you to that so that you
Right.
are
So
able
I
to
got a question for you guys.
hold on, and you're able to recognize that not only in others but in yourself as well. Because and I'm just going to be very transparent. There have been times I've been on emotional roller coasters in relationships with people. Not that I was the person, I was more the stable, a little bit more of the stability, but the other person was on an emotional roller coaster a
Right.
lot. And it's a lot of those points, they're great points, but some of them are easier said than done, and depending on where you are in your own journey and your own self-awareness is going to dictate what you can recognize in others and what you can kind of help them address.
Gotcha. Quick question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
How long did that emotional roller coaster relationship
You have
last?
to ask that. It was over a year.
Over a year. So were you the reason that you stayed on that ride longer than you should have been?
Was I the reason that I stayed on it? I mean, of course. I mean, at
So
any
did you ever address it? Did you ever address the issue?
No, but I did. But you
Yeah.
can't. So when you're already, to Martine's point, if you're already in a relationship and then it suddenly starts to happen, then you're just kind of reacting, which is what I was doing. I was reacting to it a lot of the times.
Fair
So
enough.
I can look back now with a different set of eyes and clarity and see, oh wow, yeah, right. But when I was in the middle of it, it's kind of like when you're in the middle of the storm, you don't necessarily see everything else around you. You're just right there trying to deal with what's going on, and really a lot of reacting. And it really took me a while to get to a point to where I wasn't reacting. I was being a little bit more proactive, and took that other step about about leaving and working on other things within myself, because there was a reason I stayed in it, right? So there were some things that I had to address for me.
Absolutely. It's a good thing to be very transparent. Good. It's 22 after the hour. Right after the break, we're going to bring Martini and bring her in and add her voice to the conversation as well. So we'll be right back, folks.
Check out the creative work of the author Trent Williams of www.taylorkennedymedia.com. Chapter of the Delta gives us a peek at his life-changing events. And if that's not enough, Trent tells you more about his brothers and his life through memoirs in his book, The Four Horsemen. His blogs and daily stimulating quotes are published in his book, Life's Little Addiction. And when you have a need of some human coaching of life and relationships, take a look at Conversations with Trent, Volume 1 and 2, and Conversations with Trent, Limited Edition. You will find his works available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all online book retailers.
Welcome back to Conversations with Trent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're online and want to be a part of tonight's topic, you can do that by dialing 347-324-5327. Press the number 1 to get into the queue so that your voice can be added to tonight's conversation. Now, let's get back to the show.
All right, good stuff, folks, good stuff. Couple ads that ran. The most important was Tab's Edible Creation, sponsor of the show. So Tab's Edible Creation for all your cookie needs, your cake, infused cakes and whatnot. Tab's EdibleCreations.com. It's also all the books throughout the years that I've written. You go to Taylor Kennedy Media and click on to all those links. You can get those books there. Good stuff. What's going on? Hey, Martine, if you're still there, send a link through. I don't see you coming through yet. You guys there? Oh, let me get back in. Okay. You have no technical issue, I do. Please, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Well, we'll wait as we wait on our guests to come through.
Sorry. Trying to have a little snack at the same time. It's a show. I was hungry. haven't eaten since brunch.
That's all right, boss.
Oh, I'm still recovering from these scary movies my daughter had me watching.
So yeah, now that I finally have gotten my tech life together here.
Listen, I like the hair. I like the side note. I like the hair.
Guys, let's move along as we wait
very
for
much.
the guests. Oh, what
Is she logging in?
Yeah, I sent her the link, so I'm just waiting for it to come through.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
then while we're waiting, as we were.
There we go. So here we go. Let's address number 12. Know
Yes,
when to
what was
walk
number 12?
away. Know when to walk away. So when did you know that it was time for you to leave that toxic relationship?
I knew probably about maybe 3-4 months before I actually did. It was all about timing. I will have to say the reason it was an emotional roller coaster is because that other individual had their own mental issues that needed to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to be able to, I want to say, pick the time where I knew that safety wasn't going to be an issue, I'll just say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had to graciously walk out, pretty much.
Yeah. Kind of, and be a little strategic, about some things, but yeah.
So I should change this up. Say, learn to walk away while whistling.
Or at least surely while it's safe. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, and I don't like. I mean, I didn't feel like I was. I don't want people to get the wrong person. I mean, safe for that other person.
Yeah.
More so.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about number 8? Align yourself with the relationship goals and expectations.
Do people always know how to set goals though? Gosh,
No.
I hate to be the bad guy, but
You're absolutely right.
I don't even think people know that they should have goals.
But Keisha, that's a perfect point to make. Because I'm gonna be honest, I in the past I didn't. You just like, oh, you like me? We went out a couple of times. Oh, hey, you wanna be in a relationship? Okay, we're in a relationship.
Hey, look like we got my favorite Detroiter here, so let's bring her in. Actually, this is my first time actually meeting her face to face.
Oh wow!
I've been doing this conversation for years. I've never met this lady. Never. She's always been very pleasant. Let's bring her in. Hey. What's going on?
You can't.
You gotta get your volume, Martine.
Let's see. I have entered. It said I'm in the show.
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Are you there? We hear you.
Let me see. My mic is on. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yes.
How's it going? Welcome. Oh, that's me with the dogs. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Give me a half a second. Let me see. Maybe I'll take the earbuds off. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you all. Let me turn the volume up a little bit. Okay, I'm here.
Awesome. Welcome. It's so good to see your face.
Yeah, good. All.
Good stuff. Very, very nice to meet you now. For I guess finally.
Wow. How many years has it been that you've been following him?
Man, it's been a long time. I want to say it's been it's been over 10 years. I know that. Well, maybe it's been over 20 years because my daughter
about 20.
Yeah.
Wow. So were you one of the folks that you traveled to his events as well?
I have not traveled to any of the events. I want to say maybe it's because of the work that I did for 27 years. I was not really available to hang out as much and participate in a lot of things in life. So a lot of things got past me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I just want to ask this. So what was it that made you become such an avid supporter for all these years?
Well, I like the fact that he spoke the truth, and most men are afraid to say the things that he says, sharing them on the internet, kind of giving away, I guess, what a lot of guys say their secrets, or just being too gentle. Some guys want to appear to be hard and rough around the edges, like they don't care. And he always expressed as if he had a big heart. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we can continue. I was just wondering about that since God, over 20 years you've been following for so long. So you're probably awake. You're probably looking forward to the new book coming out.
Yeah, I am. And I'll admit that I haven't moved around on the internet as much, so I don't know a lot about the new book, and I need to refresh or just get into it and make sure I know a little more before I have any discussion.
It's the character Romello from the Chapter to Delta. I think you got that book, Chapter to Delta. It's the character Romello. Finish off that trilogy from the Four Horsemen book and the Chapter to Delta book that you have, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So emotional role. Go ahead.
So I was going to say, Martine, you talk about, what if you're already in a relationship and that roller coaster suddenly starts to happen? Do you think like it was there and you just never really that individual never really witnessed or observed the signs and symptoms of the, I'm gonna call it a disease, but that's me. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say sometimes they say early in a relationship you have that period where a person is working hard at being everything that you would hope they would be. And then after a few years, they may start changing, they shift on you. So then there comes the roller coaster. Yeah, some people, the unions when it's new and fresh, I guess you want to refer to it as honeymoon stages. And after so long, you cannot pretend.
So kind of like I see someone said, like a Jekyll and Hyde type deal. That first you're kind, and then the representative leaves the building, and now you're on this. You're moving in between. We're excited, we're exhilarated to I'm depressed or I'm angry, and about anything. So yeah, I'm fortunate. I have not been on that type of ride, but I've been on some rides. I will not say that I am shy of not having been on some rides.
Oh, I've been on some rides.
But I also knew where to get off. Yeah, sometimes I've climbed out the ride while I was moving.
Yeah, that's the most important, understanding where to get off or knowing when not to get on.
Yeah. And of course, when we were younger, you might have been afraid, because I know when I was younger, I used to be scared to say no. And I didn't want to upset anybody. I didn't have that deep self-love. I mean, I was always cool with myself, but it took me a long time to realize that, hey, I don't have to be here. I don't have to participate in this. I can go, or I can recognize a behavior in a person and just decide, oh, I'll never talk to them again. I'll here, So it's difficult when you're younger and experienced, and once you get older, sometimes it could you feeling a little lonely or whatever, but it's a good thing once you learn what signs to recognize in a person when there is a possible roller coaster, other than a nice extravagant party or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Was that one of the steps to being able to recognize those signs?
Yeah, that was one of the steps.
Yeah. So I'm the only person that's been in an actual relationship with somebody who was on a
Well,
roller
I,
coaster.
I've been in a roller coaster. Yeah, I've been in a roller
Oh,
coaster. He started off so sweet, so excited. I smiled a lot. I felt
right.
great. And then, we started to see each other and spend more time alone. And I would listen to him speak about things that had happened in his life. And after a couple of years of knowing him, I just I was like, oh my gosh, there's too much trauma here. And it wasn't me, it was just the things that was stirring around inside of him. Like you
Mm,
said, I was the one who was definitely the stable one in the relationship. But then once I heard him talk about everything and then start to act out, and then, I didn't know what to say to him about the things he'd experienced. I didn't have any advice. All I could do is listen and be the caring woman. And then, even if I did have suggestions, like, trying to redirect the energy, somehow, some way, it would always get turned around on me, like I was some sort of problem, like I was the reason why he behaved the way he
So
did.
he was
But
a finger pointer.
yeah,
Victimization. That's what that is.
yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
So, and instead of him addressing whatever it was that was going on inside of him, getting help. Maybe I even one day I did say one thing. I said, hey, maybe you could go to group meetings, maybe the local church or somewhere, or you could Google and see if they have. It may not have to be in a church. It could be just groups of people who gather, who have experienced certain things, and you all could get
Mhm.
together there, and they could teach you how to get past this. And I mean,
So so
we're
so he didn't
hmm,
even acknowledge you actually giving him these pointers and steps and walking with him. He didn't recognize that you were walking with him, actually walking with him.
well, he pretended to be excited about that suggestion for a minute, but
Mm,
then he went right back to hot, cold behavior, up and down, all over the place behavior. And I realized, um, I gotta go. I was like,
Yeah,
nope, I
trying
can't.
to get him off. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, he got angry and just felt like I was abandoning him. And I'm like, we're too old to be having these kind of conversations. We're
mhm.
well in our 40s at the time. And I'm like, no, I'm not your counselor. I'm not the social worker. I'm a woman. I don't deserve this. I want to hang out, have fun, date, possibly have a life mate, not somebody who I have to, hold like a big baby and teach. Mm-mm.
Right. What does a life mate look like to you?
A life mate, just somebody who is at ease with themselves. Um, a man who's arrived, like he's already, I don't know how to put it into words. I figure I'm in a good place. So I want this man to be in a good place. Like he's got things in order, his finances. Um, he's already done quite a bit as far as employment goes. He's either retired or about to be able to retire very soon. And he's just at peace, at a certain level of peace he has in his life. And I mean, I don't have a list like some women have a checklist, because if you write a list, a lot of the times, none of that stuff is going to get crossed off. So I
Mhm.
just want a man who can match my, as they always say, and bring bring some newness to everything that I already have. Because at this point in time in my life, I don't want to stop what I'm doing to pair up with somebody um, that's gonna come with baggage that my my
Mm,
life bags flying out of a car.
mm,
Yeah,
Good
interesting.
stuff. Good
That's
stuff. Good
good.
stuff. Good stuff.
yeah. I've sat back and I've watched my buddies who are married, some of my friends who are married, and it teaches me a lot. Being single for as long as I've been single now, I've
Hmm.
seen a lot. I watch and I see people who pretend that everything's fine, yeah, and it's not. And of course, I mean, I don't have anything to say. I don't insert. I don't give any type of advice or suggestions. Nothing. I just say my prayers and hope the best for others. And now, that I see certain things in others, I question myself, like, is that what I do? Is that how I am? Or because I'm friends with this person or I hang out with this person, do I carry on like that too? Well, let me make sure I don't, And
Right.
so it definitely shows me a lot.
It's good stuff. Sound like you're always adjusting your mirror. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I take accountability for the me that none of us are perfect. And I don't use the words wife material or husband material. We're all human, and there's somebody for everybody for the most part. Just the time right.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, because we talk a lot about all these different topics and things as it relates to romantic relationships. But I was just thinking, there can definitely be emotional roller coasters within friendships, especially as us as women, and even
Yeah.
so with our children at times. And I so I so I guess I can say I've had some emotional roller coasters with some friends over the years. But it's just amazing how it's all these things that we talk about just kind of, or they transfer, can be in either realm, whether it's somebody that you're trying to have a relationship with romantically, or somebody that you're wanting to have a friend, you're having a friendship with.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true, because it's when it's your family, right, it's a different type of intimacy versus when it's a friend, that's different as well. But the roller coaster, it moves on, it continues. And so you still, even in those scenarios, right, you have to figure out where to get off.
Right. Yep.
Absolutely. I didn't even think about it, even with family.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to take myself off of the emotional roller coaster with a very close family member, and it's been several months now, probably almost a year, until they really decide that they want to get themselves right and not be, unstable, so to speak.
See, that's that
But
application of Shan, of, hey, you get on the ride and you can do the loop de loops, and I'm gonna
yeah,
stand down here and hold our stuff.
right,
Yeah, I could actually speak to that as well as far as family members. I did that in the middle of my condition. I walked away completely. I had to. I had to save myself first. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't serving up peace. It wasn't nothing healthy was in that. So I had to remove myself from the situation. Period. And sometimes you have to, and not sometimes. When you're dealing with people in their roller coasters and their emotional turmoil and all this stuff, you have to be you have to harness being a critical thinker. You have to be a serious critical thinker.
Mm-hmm.
All those different mixed emotions, man, you got to set that aside. You
Yep.
cannot make emotional decisions when you're walking away from someone,
Right.
family
Yep.
member, whether it be a brother, whether it be a love, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
whoever. You cannot make an emotional decision, because you got to start negotiating with yourself every single time. I guarantee you, when you
Yep.
attempt to walk away, you're going to negotiate with yourself. If you make it emotional, and you're trying to get away emotionally, nah, you're gonna keep going back. Keep
Mm-hmm.
going back.
what do you mean by negotiating? What does that look like?
Negotiating is like saying, "Okay, yeah, I forgive you," and you not
If
addressing the issue, and you just go along with the relationship like nothing ever transpired. No, we're gonna talk about this shit. So you have to, and I've seen that with my brothers. I've seen that. Now we're gonna talk about this, man. We're not going to ignore what you did. This is not gonna be ignored. We have to speak on this.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only way we can get past it, is speak on it. I'm not gonna negotiate myself trying to get you to make you comfortable because you're uncomfortable in your own skin. No, we're gonna talk about this. Everybody gonna be itching at the end of the night.
Yeah,
So
you have,
go
when
ahead.
they're in poster style relationships, some people think that they can love you into get yourself together.
Mhm. Yep.
And that doesn't work.
Doesn't work at all. Doesn't work at all. And to be honest with you, and that go, I'm glad you brought that up, Shannon. Even with family members, man, like we enable these people all the time. And we enable them by not speaking on what those things are. That's the thing. That's what number was that? Let's see what number that was. Let's see, 1 second. Identifying the causes of the roller coaster in the relationship. Identifying it. Once you identify it, speak on it immediately. And whether it be relationship, whether it be, a romantic relationship or a friendship, speak on it. Because you're not serving that person if you're not going to speak on it.
Right.
You're not serving. You're not doing me any good deed by not telling me, making me accountable to everything that I'm doing. You're not doing me any good in my life. I need to know.
So how did you resolve, or did you resolve those challenges within your family unit when you, as you said, when you had to cut folks off?
One, I'm still ongoing because he's still on the emotional roller coaster. He's getting better, but one, I'm still going. So that's where you get the long handle spoon. Like my mother used to say, feed him with a long handle spoon. You stay over there. I'll be over here. I love you, but you stay over there. We'll meet up from time to time, but until you get yourself straight, then we can talk. Really talk, if you really want to talk.
See that you stay over there, that's you hold the stuff. See you later.
Exactly. And you have to be serious about this type of stuff because that energy is transferable, man. That energy, that whole vibe is transferable, and it become toxic after toxic. You can transfer it over. I can transfer it to you. You can transfer it to Keisha, on and so forth.
Now, I was going to ask about the people who you are close to, like say, a sibling, somebody in your family who you kind of have to be in the presence of. They never get it together. At which point do you completely cut them off? Or can you cut them off? Or should you cut them off?
You can cut them off, but what I've done, with me personally, I can only speak for me. I don't go in any functions. If he's there, I'm not messing around. All I need is one time. That's it. I'm good. Hey man, you coming over? Hey, who over there? I'm hard on. I'm all hard on. Hey, who over there? If it's somebody who really don't mess around with,
almost like who made the potato salad?
That's right.
Pretty much. Because at this stage of my life, I'm married. So, I mean, that's just like with one of my brothers. He's always gonna be my brother, but we have a mutual understanding that, hey man, we clash too much. So until we can work this out, until you can come to grips with whatever you need to come to grips with, call me when you need me. I'm there. We're always there for each other, but as far as the foolishness, you can leave that other stuff on the other side of town. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's just that cutting. It's just that simple for me. It really is.
And then there's that family member who may be, or the parent, one of the parents, to get you to make up or get it right between you and this person, family who's just, they're constantly meddling, like, hey, just go talk to your brother, just go and, that part right there.
Exactly.
And that person, keep your distance from them.
Exactly. You have to stand firm on your decisions, man. That's what I want to say. Critical thinker. You have to stand in it. You have to stand in it. No matter if anyone's standing with you, you have to stand in it. If it's for the betterment of yourself, you have to stand in it. Even if you have to stand alone, you have to stand in it.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Will drain you if you let them.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's a good point, Shannon, bringing it up about family members, because there's more than relationships that are on roller coasters.
Yeah.
So,
and I just thought about it only because it's something that I currently experience myself, and it's not that I love this person any less. And if they seriously really needed me,
Absolutely.
I would definitely be there. But it's like until, you make a decision to start really, valuing yourself and
Exactly.
exhibiting actions that represent the same thing, we just can't be like we were. And I have to keep my distance, and I just let you be over there and I stay over here. And it's
Exactly.
sad that I'm like, I've had this experience, done this in all these different relationship type realms, whether it's been romantic, familial, or even friendship.
Exactly. I wrote this quote years ago for the Sun Called Trent T-shirt line. I have a T-shirt line, quote line, and the quote stated, it says, "My dumpster's full. Place your baggage elsewhere." I'm a true
Mm.
believer in that. My dumpster's completely full.
Mm,
I'm done. Place your baggage elsewhere.
Well, now,
I know. Right. Squeeze me.
Yeah.
But
okay, we might need to bring that back.
you bring up all these points, Shannon, and when you said that, it also made me think about. I never looked at it this way, but it is absolutely one of the things that serves as a catalyst for how I started this podcast journey myself. That you spend all this time in relationships that don't serve you. It happens in the workplace is my point, right? You show up, it starts out great. They like, they got a desk, you got celebrations on your desk. Here's a great boss. We're taking you to lunch today. And then the shit all goes downhill. And it's like, what happened? What happened to those people that I met? And then, right, you hear people all the time talk about they stayed in a job too long because,
Mm.
right, instead of getting off the roller coaster. Like,
Right.
and so I think I beg the question of, I think people, whether it's professional, personal, intimate, romantic, I almost feel like people feel like they need permission to get off the roller coaster. And I know sometimes, right, it's
Ooh.
not as easy, but you don't have to have permission. Like, get off the ride.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. Not get off the ride. Get off the damn ride.
You might need to exit the park too.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is so profound, Keith. So we talk about needing permission, because I'm gonna be honest. I think there have been times where I felt that way, or there was a time when I felt that way, like being scared to just do it, right? To just get off
Right.
when I, knew that I needed to. But yeah, wanting them to be okay with me getting off the ride and saying, no, I don't want to partake in that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go
Right.
with you there.
And you say, right, it no longer serves me. So
That's it. That's
yeah.
it. And that's the most important. That's the most important thing. You always hear these people talk about online, especially me time and taking care of me and loving me. But are you really loving you?
Right.
Are you really loving you? Putting up with the stuff that you put up with daily.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's a whole, well, now we done gone to a whole different part. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it's like you matter. Then it's okay to be selfish. I don't care if
Mm-hmm.
it's family member, relationship, romantic, whatever. You matter first. You first. You got to put your life jacket on first before you can save them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, I just think about where I was at a certain point in time in my life when, it was all about, and that's when you know that social media is just like 80% false, right? It's what we want people to believe in. I mean, I'm sure Keisha saw it, because I'm a person who loves my baths, like bubble baths, all the stuff for baths. And I would post stuff online. And it's like, yeah, I'm taking care of me and having mommy time, or, midday this or this. But I'm dealing with this chaotic crap and allowing this other stuff, from a relationship and, into my space.
Exactly.
So you're right. I'm taking care of myself over here to hopefully maybe it'll help over here, but mask it all for everybody out there.
Yeah. So right, all you're really doing is squeezing the balloon this way and the air goes this way.
Yeah.
But it's still the same air.
Yeah. Thank God for growth. Like we say, thank God for growth.
Hey, Martine,
Yeah.
we'd love to have you on with the topic. What was that topic you were speaking of?
Oh, the thing that we were talking about, I shared it in the conversation about when my sister friend, I've been knowing her for nearly 30 years, and she called me on my birthday, asked me what I was up to. And I said, well, my sister and I were on our way to brunch. Wow, you don't have a date? You don't have a date? You're going out with your sister on your birthday? When are you going to finally stop being so picky or something, she said. And you should be dating. You should at this point in your life. And the reason you probably don't have a man is because you're waiting around on a black man. And if you're waiting for a black man, you'll most likely die before you. Yeah, she cursed. She tried to put a curse on me. Those were
Wow.
See. That's when people need to stay in their own lanes. What does your life have to do with? You know what I'm saying? What you do in your relationship, it does not have to. It doesn't impact her ability to pay her bills or live. I struggle with us as women. Right? We come to each other with all of these prescriptions for life. And I have a couple friends who don't have kids. Man, some of them are in their mid 40s and people are still asking them, "You not gonna have a baby?" Janet Jackson was 50. I'm like, Janet Jackson got long money. She can have a baby at 50. They chose not to. Be okay with that. If they chose to be single, be okay with that. I think there was a comment, was that last Wednesday, about somebody making a choice to be single. And I was like,
me, that was Mark. He thought he was going to go in on me, but I was like,
yes.
Oh, no. And I couldn't type fast enough to.
See, I call those people, those are keyboard gangsters.
Yeah. And
I would actually love to have you guys on, and I'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear you ladies chop that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great conversation. Some people are embarrassed to talk about it, especially over the internet, because you have these people who they'll talk in a room, in a car, without anybody else hearing them, but they won't go live with and openly speak about it, because you got women who sit back and they just want to pretend like everything's fine. I don't have any complaints. Choose me. I'm not a problem, or whatever it is they're hiding from. And guys too. And so, I would love to have a conversation, a sister circle, if you will, where we could just talk man bashing. It's just we're empowering each other, giving each other information, or if someone look at you and listen to you, you might not be able to hear yourself, see how it is that you carry on. That might be a reason that you're single, or one of those women who's, I was tired. I'm and then I'm afraid too. So I just said, you know what? I'm safe just being over here by myself. I'll walk somewhere by myself, go somewhere by myself, hang with some friends, and I know I can be like, see y'all later, and go home, and I don't have any crap. So that's where I am right now. And of course, I love to be in union with a lovely man, but I'm not out here with my eyes bugged, hands cupped over my eyebrow looking. I'm saying I'm working on myself and I'm waiting. And then at the same time, I'm 62 having the same conversation, So, but yeah, I'm single by choice, most definitely. Because I could have decided to, okay, then settle and have some guy's name to drop and say the word we and he. I don't need that though. I want to be at peace. I want to be comfortable, and exactly. I don't want to be looking silly out there.
Good stuff.
I'm not laughing at you, but you saying we. I was like, oh, we speak French now.
Yeah, right. You got like you meet people or have these and men. Some men do it too. They love to. My husband. Mike took out the trash. Mike opened the door. Mike sat down. Mike turned his head. It's like, wow, they're so happy they got a man. And then some guys, the wife this, and my girl this, and my girl that. Hey.
Where's the individual in that relationship?
Yeah, and it's like, okay.
Exactly. But no, I would actually, it's one after the hour, after 8 here. But I'd love to have you guys on the platform, and I'll run the background for you guys. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I think so. So are we thinking that we want to kind of like choosing to be single, kind of.
Yeah, that'd be a good conversation. We could have more than one topic, and it would.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Mhm.
Like
So I just kind of want, I just really kind of want to know, like, why would you be, dying before you get a blackmail?
right, that's what I'm saying. I didn't
Understand. Like,
I dang, that's kind of like punch me in the chest. I want to get
I'm
into
sure.
her, and I haven't even. That was a few years ago, and I said I don't even feel like talking to her because she's always been that friend who's got way too much to say. Her opinion was just like,
Ooh.
yo, nobody asked you. And she's always been the one who, every time she met a guy, she was all in. She let him come and live with her.
oh,
And it might not work out. And she meet another guy 8 months later and let him move in with her. And then, like, I'm not throw her under the bus or anything, but I'm like, girl, you are not somebody to be suggesting how to go about a relationship. And then the last guy she got with, they were together for like 13 years, like a career boyfriend, girlfriend. And one day they just went down to the city county building and got married. Hey, whatever.
wow.
Oh, boo. But I get tired of people giving me the suggestions of, you need a man, you need to meet a man. My sister friends sometimes, or some of the guys I know, you need a man, or either you just need some sex. And I'm like, come on now.
What?
Yeah. Get you somebody so you can hook up with, so you can get some satisfaction. I'm like, is that how life goes?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to be great. Yeah, we need to discuss that offline a little bit more.
And since,
That would be awesome. And I hope I hope Mark will be on that. She will be on that day.
and since Martine, since you won't throw your friend under the bus.
Yeah. The backup alarm. There you go.
I'll take care of it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
We haven't addressed that. I have not talked to her. I've talked to her a little bit over the last few years. We talk every blue moon, but it's just quick. All right. I don't want to go there right now. I wouldn't want to talk with her over the phone, but I'm like, for you to say that, honey, don't try to curse me. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll shoot you the details, Martine. So, how's your Wednesdays look?
Wednesdays, let's see. I go back to work. I took this part-time piece of work. I don't get off until let's see. Let me see. I get off at 7:30.
I get with Shannon and see what we can come up with. That'd be something great. I'd love to sit back and check that out myself.
Yeah.
Yes. But thank you so much, Martine, for coming on. And I'm glad you and Mr. Epic got to actually meet each other semi face to face, so to speak.
Yeah. And he's not too far away. He's in New Orleans.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trent.
I'm finally back in New Orleans. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part of Georgia are you in?
I'm in Jonesboro, like a half hour.
Girl, you're right around the corner from me.
Okay.
Yes, right. we need to discuss this topic over an adult beverage.
Oh yes, that would be nice. So look, y'all gotta link me because I'm like, I don't really go anywhere because I'm new here, and I know a few people here. I go to their event, and it's like in between. I'm like, dang, where do the grown folks go? The ones who have sense, Yeah.
Well, you got. I could actually vouch for these two. They're nice, very nice ladies. They're very nice ladies. So good stuff,
Mr. Epic.
Oh, you're giving me a compliment today. I'm nice because other times you be trying to, you be saying some stuff about me at times. Serial dater, this. What else was I? I was something else the other day.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
It's nice to meet you all, and
you too.
Let me come in here because I have never done this before, ever.
Hey, I had never done it. I had never done it either a couple of months ago. I was
Excellent.
with somebody that had popped up to say hi, something, and next thing I know, bam.
Isn't that something? Good
Nice.
stuff. So I get with you, Martine, on the.
I'll let you know when I get off the ride too.
Okay. All right.
This ride is forever. So on that note, hey Martine, thank you. I'm gonna send you out some information out on the show topic and what have you, and I'll
Okay.
link you guys together because actually she's literally right around the corner from me. So.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Jonesboro
Okay.
is where.
All right. Thanks a lot, Martine.
Thanks, Martine. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
That was a good one. Very interesting.
I'm really excited that you guys got to meet. I'm like 20 years and you'd never met.
Yeah, it's been that long. It's been a while.
So yeah, you need to hurry up and finish that book.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we can get on the road. So we can be ready post-COVID to go on the road.
I know, huh? It should be over. Hopefully this thing is over with soon. This COVID thing, that is. So good stuff. Yeah, but cross your fingers. You're right.
Yeah.
Tell folks where they could always catch you, Keith. Well, they could always catch you here.
You can always catch me here hanging out with Trent Shann on Sundays and Wednesdays. But I've had a busy day, so I've got probably 4 good shows coming up, lined up. So just working on massaging those and doing a little editing and to get those out. But the show is Dear Bad Boss. So if you are listening and you've ever had a bad boss, shoot me an email at pingme, P-I-N-G me, at dearbadboss.com. And let's talk about being on the show so that you can share your bad boss story. I can also be found on Instagram at CEO_DearBadBoss. And so I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys. And then I'll toss it over to you, Shan.
Oh, wow. First of all, I want to say, if you get any letters, anything about me, you let me know first.
Well,
I'm not saying that's
anonymously. So all I get is so today, for example, we have so I recorded with Bad Delilah. So everyone has a nickname for their boss. So there's Bad Delilah and there's Timmy Tiptoe. So those are coming up next. So hopefully you won't have a bad nickname.
Good stuff.
Dang. All right. Oh, all right. Well, as everybody already knows by now, if you've been following the show or following us online, I am the owner of Tabs Edible Creations, and you can find me on Facebook at Tops and Bottoms Edible Creations, as well as on Instagram too under the same name. And the website address is tabsediblecreations.com. And holiday season is coming up, so I've got some great new cookies, although our signature cookie, which is the ultimate cookie, the double chocolate chip pecan, is not going anywhere. There are going to be some new flavors coming out for the holiday, as well as some new cake flavors and cheesecake flavors. So if you want to really jazz up your holiday this year with a wonderful decadent dessert, please reach out to me. I also do custom orders, so I would love to be able to put something sweet on your table with your family or for any other special occasion. So I'm very grateful and very humble. I know I give you a hard time all the time, Mr. Epic, but for giving me a platform to come out here and be with the folks that have followed you and supported you for years. So I am a true believer now. Martine said it herself, 20 years strong she's been in the game. So I do appreciate, though, the opportunity to be able to come out here and talk to the folks.
My pleasure. It's always one for you guys to actually make me shine. I haven't been on this platform in a number of years, and you guys make me look good. So I really appreciate you guys.
No problem. That's what we do. We're happy to do it.
We'll do. So until next week, we'll be right back at it. And for everything trends for us, books or anything, upcoming events, TaylorKennedyMedia.com is the location to catch me. With the books, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Amazon Prime, all that good stuff. So, and don't forget, for previous podcasts with myself, Shan, and Keys, what they call you, Keys?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. check out the previous past podcast at the Conversation with Trent Shann YouTube channel, and don't forget that subscribe button. So good stuff. Good stuff. We'll be right back at it next Wednesday.
Hey, I got a new line for subscribe. So
Yeah.
this will be easy for our listeners to remember. And it's really listen, subscribe, share, repeat.
I like that.
So that's what I need people to do.
Listen, subscribe, share, repeat. Awesome. I like that.
Good stuff.
Yes. So
Next week, y'all check out Listen to Keys. Until next week, you guys be epic.
All right.
All right, have a
Good
great
night,
night.
guys.
Good night, everyone.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.